What is going on, my bully boys? In another video, and today we are doing a live twin engine tier list. So this is a little bit new on the channel. We haven't done anything like this before, nor have I seen anybody do something like this. So you know what? I'm just gonna give you my insight on pretty much the best engines used for like live twin, specifically like more to the lines of pure live twin, but you can make like variants and stuff like that and put engines in the variants. But yeah, let's hop straight right into it. So for our tiers, we have Must Play, which is like probably one of the best engines. Good Options are also a pretty good engine, just something to consider. Okay is like okay, is not the greatest, but not the worst either. Mid is, you know, mid. I mean, this is it's playable, but it's not something you want to actually play competitively. And just don't. It's just exactly just don't even attempt to play it in your deck. So yeah, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And let's start it. So first we have the Link package. So the Link package consists of Link Disciple and Link Devotee. And this does lock you into Link 2 or lower monsters, but it does give you an extra draw and 2 tokens, which you can use those 2 tokens to make something like an IP Masquerena. And IP Masquerena does open up some opportunities to play things like Nightmare Unicorn, SP Little Knight, which is an insane card right now, and you also have something like Underworld Goddess as well. And I just think this is a really good option to have if you want to go for the SP, like that Little Knight play. And this also doesn't like require something like a 3 of like Parallel Exceed, so you can also make an IP just using like this engine. And it's in the extra deck, so it's mostly easily accessible. You just need two cards in your engine. I mean, 2 cards in your extra deck. Well, 3 if you're counting IP. But it's not a bad engine overall. I think this is like a good option. Just know that, I mean, I think it's not on the lower end of good option because like you don't get your Trouble Sunny, and Trouble Sunny gives you a lot of value. But it's kind of worth it because then you get an IP Masquerena, which does a lot of work, to be honest. Next we have the DPE package. So the DPE package was meant for is to play through stuff like hand traps and stuff like that. But the only problem I have with it is like, let's say if you get locked out of your live twin plays, you go with DPE. Sure, you end up with the DPE on your board. DPE is not the most like threatening thing because it just destroys cards, and sure it does constantly destroy cards, but destroying cards isn't the greatest thing in the world for Yu-Gi-Oh, as well as being like IP being very prevalent right now in SP, being able to just banish your DPE. Not only that, but if you have your things resolve and you end up on a Trouble Sunny, then you can't go into DPE because you're fiend locked, and DPE is not a fiend, it's a warrior. So you can't go for that play. So it's basically the Destiny Fusion is Fusion Destiny is brick in your hand, as well as the bricks that you're also having to run in the deck. So yeah, you're basically running like almost like 4 bricks. Basically what I mean by that is once you use one Fusion Destiny, you're gonna have 2. I mean, you're gonna have 2 left that's in the deck that's gonna be a brick because you're not gonna be able to use them. And as well as having, like, in general, before you even use the Fusion Destiny, you have the 2 monsters which you have to use for bricks. But they're like they're hard bricks, like they're not completely playable, but they have good effects if you think about it. They have like good effects, like Dasher can special summon 1 from hand, and then Celestial can draw you 2 cards, and I think it discards 1 too. But I just honestly don't think is the greatest, to be honest. So I'm just putting it in mid for now, because even if they, like, let's say if they stop you and your Evil Twin keys kill, you're fiend locked. I believe that you're still fiend locked. Like if they go imperm on your Evil Twin keys kill effect, or they let it resolve, you're still fiend locked. So if they stop you anywhere else, not only do they stop you, but you also can't even go for the DPE. So yeah. Next you have Sprite. Yes, Sprite is an engine. Yeah, Live Tune don't be the engine. It's Sprite that's the engine. Yeah, we putting down Sprite like that. Like that. So Sprite, the Sprite engine, which it consists of 3 blue, I think 1 or 2 jet, 1 red, 1 carrot, some starters and a smasher, and of course some other cards in the extra deck. This gives the deck a lot of power level, and It's a very, very good option to have. The only problem is once your opponent figures out how to break your board, it's kind of hard to snap back, but the deck can do pretty well. But it's like it's also suffers from like low attack bodies, so you can't really attack for game that easily. So you have to run Gamma Burst, which I don't really like maining Gamma Burst to be honest. But Sprite, I mean the Sprite engine is overall, I think is it a must play? I mean it's good. Yeah, I think I'll put it like in the lower must play category, or you know a good option because like it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. But it's a really really good option to consider. Next for the Melfie stuff. Now the Melfie stuff is usually like one caddy and one penny. Or if you're playing Sprite, because you special summon the caddy from deck, or you use two level 2 monsters and then you summon out the Melfie of the Forest and grab your caddy. But with live twin, like pure live twins, like as example, you can't do that. So you have to run multiple caddies and like possibly multiple pennies, but you could play one penny too. But this is sort of a good option because it's not only is it like a macrocosmos for your opponent, because then you could go synchro summon into Herald of Arclight. Not only that, but it also is like a negate. So it's like also a nice little negate. And it's somewhat good if you get nibbed on your trouble, like right when you summon your trouble sunny. So you just go end phase caddy, grab penny, and then you have a negate and a macrocosmos, which can be good in the like sort of like snake eye matchup. Anybody that really relies on the graveyard. So I'm gonna put it okay. It's not the greatest engine. It's not the most threatening, but it is a really good engine to have. Just know that you play into to protect his talent as well. So they will force if they go to attack his talent or thrust to grab talent, then they'll just take your Herald. So you're gonna have to they're gonna force out the negate. Slower swallow. Yeah, just don't. It's a little bit slow for what it is, for what it's used for. You basically use this when you have both of your evil twins on board. I mean, both of your live twins on board, because they're both at the same level, so you're able to go ahead and stretch some of this card from your hand, and then tribute it, and draw 2 cards next turn, on your next draw phase. But you're already drawing so many cards as it is, but not only that, but like, let's say if you draw this on your opponent's turn, it's not that good. Also, as if you were to draw it off of the key skill, the evil twin key skill effect. You won't have 2 of the same level, so you can't special summon this from your hand. So it's just gonna be a dead card. Honestly, I just really don't like this card as a tech in this deck. Next we have the Kashtira package. The Kashtira engine has been quite popular for a lot of different decks. The only problem I have with it is live twin, because like you need to go for your Kashtira stuff first, and for your live twins, they need to control no other monsters. So what you need is gonna be some sort of access to your Kashtira engine, a normal summon of a live twin monster, and then an extender to go with it. So that's a 3-card combo. But like if you figure out how to consistently get the 3-card combo, it's great. But like 3-card combos are really hard to get as it is. So I honestly don't. It's not the most reliable thing, but it's good. Like if you get it going, but like I honestly think there's other better options for engines wise other than the Kashtira, but it's also like an okay engine. As it's more like a 3-card combo, which I don't like in my opinion, because it's very like inconsistent, because you're not guaranteed those 3 cards that you need. So yeah, but like at the same time, like live twin has a bunch of like 1-card starters that could get you to something like that. So it's like an okay, or maybe like the high mid, somewhere like that. I just put it at the bottom of okay for now. Next for the evil twin traps. So the evil twin traps, there's 3 of them. There's evil twin present, there's evil twin challenge, and there's evil twin GG easy. Being that I forget which one it was. I think the quick effect to link on your opponent's turn into an evil twin monster is the best one. But even that, it's not that good, because when you're linking your evil twins off for another trouble sunny, that's not giving you extra interruption or interaction. That's just going into a trouble sunny and that's it. So it doesn't really provide you with anything. and you're just running like basically another dead card in your deck instead of running like more hand traps, more board breakers, and more tech cards, etc. So I really don't think that like the Evil Twin traps are good at all. That's why I don't ever run them in my deck list. This is why when you guys see like my pure Lede Twin deck list, I never run these traps because I honestly don't think that they're that good at all. They don't really get you into anything, and it's just not a card worth running, in my opinion. I think it's actually worse than Slow or Swallow, if I'm being honest. Let's see, Herald of Arclight. So basically, this engine requires like Caligo, Claw, Crow, and XL Synchron. What you do, you have to normal summon, special summon from deck, and then after that you have to also put on another level 2, so you have to also extend after that, and then after that summon a Caligo, Claw, Crow, or XL Synchron. XL Synchron gets you to your Herald of Arclight because you synchro away like one of your Lede Twins plus this gets you into Arclight, and then Calico Claw Crow is for when you have Lila or any Lila, and then the Calico Claw Crow that gets into Dijin Blade Buster. I think that's what it was called. And those are basically negates that also help you play through Nibiru. My only problem with that is it's another 3-card combo. So it's not the most reliable thing. I tested it out. It's not something I'd really like that much. Like I would rather play the Kashtira package instead. But it's not like the greatest, but it's not the worst either. Like it's experimental, but I just don't think it's that good because it's a 3-card combo. So it's not that consistent. If it was more like a 2-card combo where you were able to do it with just a Lede Twin and a like sort of extender like XL Synchron and Calico Claw Crow, then I would say yeah, go for it. But apparently it's not, so it's just not something I would be willing to run, in my opinion. The Dogmatica package. Okay, so now we're getting into the good ones. The Dogmatica package is insane for this deck. Deck could set up the Winded Lock. It could set up a Fleur de Lis. It could set up a draw with the Garura. If you send it off into Dear Servant, you can also send things like Entis and stuff like that for the grind game as well. It's a really good card, but it's a really good engine. It just does have to play, like, you have to commit a decent amount in your extra deck. But overall, I think it's a really, really good option. Overall, definitely really, really good. Actually, I think I'll put it, like, in the lower must play list. Actually, yeah, I think I'll put it there. It's really, really insane. Is it better than Sprite? Maybe not, because it's not as good in the grind game. Like, this Dogmatica Lede Twin in general really does suffer in the grind game. But if you figure out how to actually like win early game, then you're fine. But overall, I think it's a really good one. Actually, you know what? I just put in the higher tier of good option. Next is Melodious. So Melodious just got new support. Now it's like more of a side engine. Like I think it's a pretty big side engine. But the side engine just really, really puts up a big board by itself. And then imagine just plus the Evil Twins, it'll be really, really insane. But the fortunate thing is, the spell requires you to have no monsters. Both of them. The first movement solo, and then the other new spell, I think is new, requires you to have no monsters in order to actually go into your Melodious engine, which is really unfortunate, because then you have to have another 3-card combo as well. But it actually puts up a really, really big board, so I think it'll be already here. But like, if it didn't require like a 3-card combo, then after that we'll put it like somewhere in must play or good option. But since it requires a 3-card combo, I just don't like it. All right, so for Punk is very experimental. So basically what you do is you mostly rely on emergency teleport. Emergency teleport is really insane. This doesn't get in the way of your normal summon as long as you open up emergency teleport, and that's it. You can't do it with Foxy Tune, and you can't do it with Xiamen, because you're using your Lede Twins as your normal summon. And if you use the Xiamen, no, the Foxy Tune, you go ahead and send that to grave, send a card to grave, summon out the Xiamen. Xiamen is gonna grab what? You could grab the Deer Note, but the Deer Note requires you to have one other punk in your hand, so you're not guaranteed that. And as well, if you get the Shirikusai, which is Confusion Summon, you need a normal summon that in order to actually do that. So, it's not the greatest. If there's more consistent ways to get to Emergency Teleport, it's really insane. But I just think it's honestly kind of mid. But I'll just put it like somewhere over here. Yeah, over here. Parallel Seed. All you need to do is play 3 Parallel Seed in your deck, or 2 if you really want to. And then either Baguska, you can even run a Dugaris if you want to go for more of an OTK line. You could go ahead and go Dugaris effect, double the attack of your Trouble Sunny is at 60, and then it'll be at 6,600. You attack with that, summon out the Evil Twins from grave, and that's 88 right there. And plus the Dugaris. I think the Dugaris can't attack that turn, right? If it does, then you're able to do at least like literally 10,000 damage. It's insane. I think it's a must play. Sky Striker. So I was actually testing Sky Striker. Now with Engage at 3, you could play Sky Striker as in like the 3 Engage plus the one that makes the token, and then that also gets you to like an extra draw if you have another spell in grave as well, or like 2 more spells in grave, and does give you a lot of advantage. The only thing I have a problem with is that more so in the like grindish games, you do not, like most of the time you do not have no monsters in the main monster zone unless you're lucky and you're just relying on Trouble Sunny. I think it's a decent option. This depends on the way that you're building your deck. I think it's in the okay category. It's a really good engine. It's in the grind game, it really helps a lot, especially with Engage. Yeah, so we're gonna have the next, we have the 2 engines. So we have the Snake Eye engine and the more of the Fire King Snake Eye engine. So you mostly use Wanted to get to your Black Witch. Black Witch gets you to your original Sinful Spoils, and original Sinful Spoils gets you to your whole engine. Whether that's the Fire King engine with a very small Snake Eye engine for the grind game, or Snake Eye's Flamebird, or like the Snake Eye engine, just revolving mostly on the Snake Eye stuff. So I like the Snake Eye stuff better. Like I think it's like a really good option. Actually, hold up, must play. It's really good on must play, and the Fire King stuff is like a good option, but it just requires you to run a lot of bricks in your deck. So unless you're running like more of a pile-ish deck, then I recommend you play the Fire King stuff. Because then you just use the Light Twins as normal summon, then you just have an insane board. Not just it's literally unfair because these are the best decks right now. Just plus with the Light Twin, it's literally almost unbeatable. The only problem is Nibiru. And Nibiru really sucks for both of these variants. No, so that's why you have to like run something like Crossout, or if we figure out a way to set up the negate of this summon, because now Barona's banned, you can't even do that either. So you just have to really go all in. But if you're able to actually use these engines, it's so insane. If you guys want to see a video on these engines, just leave a comment down below, and I'll try make a deck list for these. Next, Runic, like just Runic, not the Runic Sprite. Just Runic for Live Tune, I think is really good. Just not right now because there's a lot of hand traps very prevalent in today's format, because like now you have to run a lot of hand traps because of the Snake Eye stuff and all that. So you have to run a lot of hand traps. But overall, if once we're out of Snake Eye format and more like into a non-hand trap heavy format, then this will actually be a more like a good option. But right now, I'll just put it to the top of the gate. And that is it, my bubbly boys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you found this very informative, very helpful, and give you some ideas on what to play this format. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.